working for Uncle Sam.
I am working for Uncle Sam.
Lets me know just who I am.
Lets me know just who I am.
Know right now.
Back in January, news broke about 3 U.S. service members killed in Jordan. A lot of people didn't even know we were in Jordan. Of course, this is just one of the consequences of the war in Israel and the surrounding region. There's so much of this going on lately. Whatever you guys think about the war in Israel, whenever you think of the war in Ukraine or Niger or Somalia or Yemen or any of the other places where we're at right now, odds are, whatever you think of the Pentagon, hopefully you have some sympathy for the men and women that serve in our military. A lot of them signed up to get a GI Bill, to get a home loan. Some of them signed up because they were, young people, young men and women from low-income families. They didn't know what they wanted to do with their life, but they knew they loved America, and they believed that there would be opportunity for them if they joined the military. And in many cases, that is true. It certainly is true. Sadly enough, in some cases, they pay the ultimate price. I guess the ultimate price would be death, but the second ultimate price there, a quick runner-up to that, would be losing your legs, losing an arm, becoming physically disabled permanently. It's really sad that this happens. And even more frustrating, making this issue even more complicated, is knowing that our U.S. government, the federal government, the VA hospitals around the country, currently controlled by the Biden administration. Yeah, I know. They're not exactly the best, are they? It's one of the reasons why I'm a big advocate for a group called Wheelchairs for Warriors. I love Wheelchairs for Warriors. I love the work that they do. It's a nonprofit, and when you donate to them, you're making a donation to a charity that you can write it off on your taxes. That's one of the reasons to do it. But instead of me telling you why I think you should do it, I invited my buddy Peter on the show today. Peter recently made a very big, generous donation to Wheelchairs for Warriors on behalf of his better half, and she had her birthday on Friday. Peter, thanks for coming on the show today, my man.
You're very welcome. I am honored to be here.
Also with us right now is Crystal from Wheelchairs for Warriors. How you doing, Crystal?
Rolling strong, honey, rolling strong.
We are so grateful for people like you, Peter. Peter, what was it that made you and Ann decide you wanted to donate to Wheelchairs for Warriors for Ann's birthday? She's already got enough MyPillows at MyPillow.com, I take it?
Absolutely. Let me tell you the one thing that made us do this, and that is you, Kenny Webster, the major rock star. I don't know if you know this, but I've been following you since Mancow up in Chicago. How many years ago was that, for crying out loud?
I mean, I guess 12, 13 years ago. It's been a while, my brother. But
yeah, it is. But years ago, Ann heard one of your advertisements on the radio for Wheelchairs for Warriors. And so we went to an event and donated some money, and which was great because we like to donate to the local Texas charities. I have had a bad experience or two with large national charities, although I love Tunnels for Towers, but local charities like Wheelchairs for Warriors and Canines for Warriors, they really tug at your heart a lot more than some of the national ones do. So this year I said, okay, Miss Ann, what do you want for your birthday? And she said, nothing. I said, well, you got to get something. Me and the kids and the grandkids are going to get you something. And she said, well, how about another donation to Wheelchairs for Warriors? Good. So guess who I called?
You called
Kenny
Crystal.
Webster.
Well, you called me and then you called Crystal.
I called you, and then I called Crystal, and we set it up and made a donation, and then I got to thinking about it. So I love the locals. I love the local stuff, and we made 4 other donations similar to other local charities that are excellent. But still, the number one in our mind and in our heart is Wheelchairs for Warriors. And when you find out what they do and how they do it, I don't want to get on a soapbox here, Kenny, but we treat illegal aliens. Can I say that on the radio?
You could say illegal it on this show. Yeah, illegal. Well, they are. They're
illegal
aliens. Yeah, illegal
we treat them better. We treat them better than our own veterans sometimes, many times. And so what I want to do is I want to give our guys that and gals that have been wounded or severely wounded, first responders, people like that, uh, give them the best that we can give them. And let me tell you, if you look at some of the rinky-dink wheelchairs that our federal government gives, I would not give them to anybody.
Peter, you've been part of the reason why you support this veterans charity, Wheelchairs for Warriors, wheelchairsforwarriors.org. You're a conservative, you're a patriot, and you're a proud Texan. I know that because I've known you for a while. But how did you figure out you were those things? Was there a point in your life when you realized you were on one side of the argument and not the other side?
Hey, that was easy. That's an easy one. Throwing me softballs here. Yes. And that is, I finally got involved and started learning what they're doing with our tax dollars. And we have a real problem in this country, as you well know, and it's only gotten worse in the past almost 4 years. But prior to that, I've been involved in the conservative, I would say the organizations, golly, since prior to Clinton. So I know what they do, and I know what we're trying to do. We're trying to follow the Constitution of the United States and not get boxed in and become a social state.
Yeah.
One thing about that, in 1992, I bought a company in Dublin, Ireland. All right. I bought it from Shell Oil. All right. I knew nothing about Ireland, but I went over there and found out how socialized medicine works and the systems in Ireland and England and I don't even want to say the word France. I love France, by the way, but not doing business in France and Italy. I learned how they do. And our system, our wonderful system is so much better than these socialized systems. And that's the conservative way of doing things.
Yeah, boy, I feel the same exact way, my brother. Crystal's on the line right now from Wheelchairs for Warriors. Crystal, I mean, it's always so exciting when somebody like Peter decides to make a big donation. We're so grateful for him. But what's going on with you guys right now at the charity? What have you guys been doing over there?
One of the great things about people like Peter who join the mission and donate to us is what it allows us to do is say yes. It allows us to be the quick response team. It allows us to not be the VA and say, let's see, let's make a schedule. We'll get to you we'll call you back in about 6 months, and then we'll see you in another 6 months, and then maybe we'll get you a chair in a year. And, so when you join the mission with Wheelchairs for Warriors, you're allowing us to say yes. You're allowing us to be the quick response team and just say yes, say, yeah, we got it. And the perfect example of that was right after he made the donation and had committed to making had made the pledge. We went to the DoD Warrior Games in San Antonio because we had built a wheelchair for a warrior, double amputee named JP. And JP is alpha male, clearly, he's a warrior. He was in a war zone, got his legs blown off, and now he's doing things like basketball and track and discus and this and that and the other. And it is because he has been served by nonprofits. He has prosthetics from a nonprofit, not from the VA. We gave him a basketball chair. The VA did not give him a basketball chair. We did. And while we were there, his wife pulled us to the side and said, JP won't say this. He won't even ask. He's so grateful for this basketball wheelchair that he won't even tell y'all that his daily living wheelchair is 12 years old. It's duct taped together. It's so heavy I can't lift it. Ugh. And so we were just going, "Hey, we got you. Don't say another word. We got it." So while we were delivering his basketball chair, we were able to fit him for a daily living wheelchair because we knew that there was money sitting there.
Wow. That's incredible. Crystal, I'm so happy to hear that, and I'm so happy for people like Peter. But Peter, of course, it was Ann's birthday this weekend, your beautiful wife, the reason you decided to make a generous donation, which was so cool of you. I'm just curious, what did Ann do for her birthday?
Well, my grandson, who just graduated from UT in chemical engineering, we actually went to Austin for his graduation. And then my daughter and grandson, we all went out to Perry's restaurant last night for a great meal. The kids that are out of state called in. It was great. But here's the thing. What she got this year and every other year, we're at a stage of our life, Kenny, you know that, and that is that we need to give back. And I don't care what stage you are, whether it's $10 or $20 or $200,000, you need to give back a little bit. And so what we did, or what Ann had me do, is helps other people, and there's not a lot of stuff to put away. All right, let's face it. What do we need? We don't need anything. We have everything they want. So what we do is try to give stuff to people who do need something. One of the other charities that we gave to was a charity where mentally disabled adults are housed and no charge to them. And they do not take $1 from the federal government, just like Wheelchairs for Warriors. So giving back to these institutions, it not only makes you feel good, but it's the right thing to do.
Boy, I think so too. Peter and Ann, I am so grateful for both of you. And I'm so grateful for Crystal and her team at Wheelchairs for Warriors for offering these services. It's so important. You know, life is short. We might acquire a lot of things while we're on this planet. I know we're all not dealt the same hand, but one thing's for sure, one thing we do all have in common. When we leave this world, we don't bring any of that stuff with us. You bring none of it with you. Every dollar, every penny you ever earned, doesn't matter. When you get to the pearly gates upstairs, God looks at us all the same way, and he asks, what did you do for your fellow man? And I could tell that people like Ann and Peter, when they eventually get to that place, like we all will, they're going to be smiled upon. And so I'm very grateful for them today. Hey, why not make a donation? Wheelchairsforwarriors.org. Go to the website. Whatever you got. Look, $5, $10, $100, $1,000. It all goes a long way. They can use that money. You're going to feel good when you donate, and not for nothing, but you can write it off on your taxes. It really is an awesome thing. I'm Kenny Webster. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening this afternoon. Have an awesome day. We'll see you all back here bright and early tomorrow morning for more of what you bought a radio for.
You are listening to the Pursuit of Happiness Radio. Tell the government to kiss your ass when you listen to this show.